What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Saturday. What's going on in the crypto markets today? Well, not much. I don't usually expect much to be happening on Saturdays. Maybe sometimes Sundays in the afternoon here in Pacific time, USA. But Saturdays usually pretty boring, so it's not a bad time to just go out and enjoy life a little bit without crypto. But I will do this update because I am seeing a smaller pattern that could give some hints on what I've been talking about on if Bitcoin could actually break and stay above 30K for a pretty massive breakout. I will get into the charts about that for you newcomers onto my channel. Now, before I begin today, if you guys don't already have a Webull account and want some free stocks, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away stocks if you guys sign up and deposit $100 US. Stocks value from $3 to $3,000 depending on your luck. Of course, if you're lucky, you're more likely to get something on the higher range. And if you're not lucky, lower range, but regardless, you're going to get some free stocks anyways if you guys are going to trade anyways, right? So I personally have used Webull as an exchange before, and I like them as a beginner's exchange to trade both US stocks and cryptos. But as with any exchange, I would not personally put too much money on any particular exchange. I would spread my money around several exchanges, given what has happened. So, in case an exchange goes down, you won't be screwed. Now, also, none of this is financial advice because I'm not an elite trader of any sorts, even though I am a profitable trader who's managed not to give back most of my profits back in the last bear market last year. But I am looking to crush it in the next bull cycle here. So if you guys feel the same way, do hit the like button, do subscribe, and let's take a look into the Bitcoin charts here. All right, let's pull up to the Bitcoin chart here. Not much has really happened since yesterday, and basically the entirety of this week, pretty much. We have went back up to test about that $30,000 level for Bitcoin, which is still, in my opinion, the driver of this crypto market for most coins, right? Currently, we're sitting at about 29.4. On this weekly time frame, I've been talking about this huge pattern that has been formed since more than a year ago. As you guys can see, we are expecting resistance from about that 32K area. Price action did look like it already went up to test about 32K. It was about 31.8, 31.9 to be exact. I thought that was the breakout, and I opened long positions, and I am currently trapped, but it has not hit my sell signal yet. So I am still in the market long for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some altcoins. So that is my overall opinion on this market. I'm still bullish on this market until it hits my sell signal. Then I would consider liquidating some of my positions, at least for the short term. That's not financial advice. That's just what I'm doing, right? So this is the big pattern I'm looking at. Like I said, if the price action does break out of this pattern, I am looking at a measure move of about almost 50K here, right? Since this is a cup and handle pattern to me, the breakout here will be about 50K. Now that's a measure move. It is an estimate, and it could take a while to get there, right? So do your own research on what I'm talking about here, so you guys don't take what is being said here word for word. Now, we did come down to the weekly 21 SMA, and it does look like, we got a little bit of a bounce. If the price action breaks this weekly 21 SMA, that basically tells me we're going to break the 3-day 50 SMA. Very likely, right? So that's not a good sign. We have a weekly candle coming up in about a day, something to be keeping an eye out on. Take a look into the lower time frame here. The 3-day time frame. I mean, we're basically at the 3-day 21 SMA resistance kind of. Since the close, last week and right now, I mean, it's very much at it, right? Something to be keeping an eye out on too. That also closes tomorrow with the weekly candle. Daily time frame here, something more interesting is because price action did break out of this falling wedge pattern, which usually does break to the upside. Stayed above it. Currently, I can also read this as a double bottom as well with bullish divergence on the RSI. The neckline of this double bottom would be 30K. So that is something of significance as well, being a round number resistance as well as the neckline for this double bottom. It looks like this double bottom is still playing out, right? Because price action did come up to test that 30K level, got rejected. Now it's currently at the daily 21 SMA, which is the blue line here. The daily 50 SMA is also at the 30K level, right? So that is something to be looking out for as well. That's going to be resistance. Let's take a look into the smaller time frame here, which is basically what I'm looking at for clues on what this could be doing. It would tell me, if this double bottom pattern is playing out, or could it be invalidated, right? So on the hourly time frame, price action did get a bounce at the hourly 200 SMA, which is the orange line. Did finally get back on top of the hourly 50 SMA, which is the gray line here. So that is a good sign, at least in the short term, right? So right now it does look like it's forming some type of a double bottom pattern here, which it's usually bullish. That if this double bottom pattern does form, I would expect this to go back up to about 30K, where this would be like, this previous top here would be that resistance, which also makes sense because the daily 50 SMA and that resistance for that double bottom pattern, it's basically there at 30K. So if this rounded bottom actually plays out, then it would go back up to 30K, and that kind of more gives more validity to that double bottom pattern here on the daily time frame, right? So still playing out, that double bottom pattern is still playing out. If it does not hold 29K, if it actually gets a daily candle close below 29K, then that basically invalidates this double bottom pattern, and we could be looking at something else instead. But until then, this still looks like it's playing out to me. So this rounded bottom pattern on this hourly time frame still developing as we see higher lows, right? And a higher high here so far, right? So something to be looking out for. If the price action actually comes back down and break this hourly 200 SMA, then this rounded bottom pattern does get invalidated, and we could be looking at something else instead. And that could probably not be looking good in the short term, at least, right? Let's take a look into Ethereum, XRP, total altcoin market cap, just to follow up, even though most of the time they do follow Bitcoin moves. But Bitcoin's not really doing anything right now, so let's check it out. Ethereum here. Like I said, Ethereum has broken out of this falling wedge pattern. Usually breaks the upside. Currently, it is at the 21 SMA on the daily time frame as resistance. It is staying above this breakout here, so that's still looking good. If that price action does break on top of this daily 21 SMA, expect resistance coming from the daily 50 SMA, which is the gray line here, currently at about almost 1900. Measure move out of this breakout here would be about $2,000. That's an estimate, right? And then let's take a look into XRP. XRP has also broken out of this falling wedge pattern, staying above it. The daily 50 SMA is, which is the gray line here, is also above this pattern as well. So it could potentially give the price action a bounce, another bounce, if the price action does come down to it. A bounce does not necessarily mean it has to be a push for the price to continuously to continue upwards, but it could just be a bounce. Because that's where I'm expecting buyers to come in. But if it's hitting it the second time, then I would probably not expect as much strong of a reaction. That's just me. That's just my opinion, right? But right now it is staying above this falling wedge pattern. So that still looks good. So that's what I'm looking at. The daily 21 SMA is currently at about 60, almost 68 cents, which is the blue line here. Measure move would be about 89 cents out of this breakout here. On the higher time frames here for XRP, I don't currently have any XRP, but I'm just doing it just to follow up with my previous posts. And I think a lot of you guys would be interested in looking at XRP for those of you guys who do trade it. On the higher time frame here, price action is well above the 21 monthly SMA and the 50 monthly SMA. So that looks good on the higher time frames. Weekly time frame, it has also gone as a cross there with the weekly 21 and the weekly 200. Lagging indicators, though, I don't usually pay too much attention or give too much weight to the crosses. So I mean, I know what it means. Like, we could go back to the data and see fractals of what happens when it usually crosses, but I don't usually trade it as a setup, right? But still something good to note that the price action is above all of the moving averages on a higher time frame. So basically, we can see that moving averages are above all major, moving averages except for the daily 21 SMA here, right? So that looks good for the higher time frames. Let's take a look into total altcoin market cap excluding Ethereum, which still looks like it hasn't broken out of its falling wedge pattern like Ethereum and XRP, which kind of makes sense because I do expect Total 3 to follow suit behind Ethereum. So this is basically what I'm looking at. All in all, I'm still paying attention more to Bitcoin because that is the main driver of the markets. Now, if you guys found value in today's video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.